And here we go. All right, everybody. Another awesome interview today with Noel Felix, my good friend. And this man has been ready to go. He texted me like 3 hours ago now saying he's ready to go right now. So not sure if he's going to be able to contain all of the excitement that he has to share. But again, I'm excited to be able to have this interview. Noel has quickly become just a great friend of mine. We've gotten to know each other some at church, and just a heart for everything that he and his lovely wife are doing, and his background and everything. There's just a lot of good stuff there. So we've been so blessed to have you connected in with the group, and faithful member here, and just excited to do this and let you share with the world what you're up to. So maybe just take a minute or so to give us. Man, it's tough with your background, I'm realizing, but I know some of the rest of it will intertwine with the rest of the conversation.
Yeah,
Give us a brief background of how you ended up here in San Diego and the family and those kinds of things.
Oh man, well, we appreciate you, Jeff. Appreciate your time and allowing me to share, on this platform and being a part of this group. It's a blessing. But for me, it's real simple. I live here because my wife. I'm from Los Angeles, and I met my wife Shauna in college, and we both go to church together. We go to CWC Christian Worship Center, and basically, I was a professional basketball player. I'm retired now. I've taken a lot of those intangibles from basketball and turned them into, doing stuff in the community with people that don't necessarily care about sports at all, but to really focus on the heart and to change the way our world is as much as I can.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, maybe tell us a little bit then about what you're doing. What that has brought you to in terms of business and ministry launch here.
Sure. Well, my wife and I, about almost 2 years ago, we created our own company. It's called Gift Culture. My hat says it today. The back of my shirt says it also. But really, we just put positive action words under the word give. And it's an apparel company, but it's more about the wording as opposed to just a t-shirt or a hat or a coffee mug. It's just about the message in the word give, because it's about being selflessness. We lowercase the I, because when you talk about giving anything, it's not about you. And there's an urgency in our society, in our country, but the urgency to me is more along the lines of directing people to love each other and directing people to a direction and know that you're a part of something positive.
Yeah.
Because our world, every day, it seems like people are giving up hope at an alarming rate. And not only are they giving up hope, but they're choosing to take people with them senselessly. There was a shooting about a month ago now that I could have attended, and my friend lost his life to that situation. But one of my good friends was injured. A friend of mine she lost her life, but a friend of mine, he was seriously injured, but God turned his severe issue into a message, and he's going to share that. And for him, it was about getting involved in our company, because our first 5 words is give encouragement, give kindness, give thanks, give hope, and give compassion. And we've added give love, and we've added give patience, because to us, just yesterday we were taking some pictures downtown, and a gentleman came up to us, and he was like, "Okay, what is this about? What are these pictures? What are you guys doing?" And we shared 30 seconds about what we're doing. And he said, "Do you have Give Hope?" And so we gave him a Give Hope shirt, and he went away for a minute. He came back, and he was very, very emotional. And what happened was the shirt was for his mom because she's fighting cancer. So he wanted to give her a Give Hope shirt, but obviously it wasn't about the t-shirt, it was about the message. So many people can relate to something like that, whether it's a financial struggle, an emotional struggle, bullying in schools for kids, depression, to be a part of something that is to love you in the simplest form, because that's one of the gifts God gave us, is to love each other. We really want to echo that in something that you can wear and feel bold to share something positive.
Yeah. Wow. And I think you've said it before. I mean, when you're wearing that,
yeah,
it totally shapes I've noticed it too, because we've got some shirts for the family. I mean, it just
Yeah.
makes you aware of of
Yeah.
your life and what you're demonstrating to
Yeah.
others out there as well. I mean,
Absolutely.
we are called to be a light to our world and light to our generation, and
Yeah.
it just feels like there's no better way to do that than to throw something like that on that,
Yeah.
that people see and start up the conversations. But
Absolutely.
it's going to make you aware of how you're living, and if you are giving hope, if you are an encouragement, if you are doing all of being kind to people. So
yeah, it's allowed me, Jeff. It's allowed me to pray for people that I don't even know. When Keon was in the hospital, my friend, I went to visit him, and I saw a lady leaving the hospital, and she said, "That's a nice shirt." I said, "Yeah, thank you. It's my wife and I, our company we created." And long story short, she explained that her husband was in the hospital, found some bad news out about his current health situation, and I stopped right there and I prayed with her. And it really encouraged her that I was able to do that. And it was just because she commented on my shirt. I didn't even know what the word was. It could have been give encouragement, give kindness, but it allowed her to break that wall. And everybody don't really approach me because I am 6'9" and I was an athlete. So sometimes people are very, oh, he's an athlete, or someone else might say, ask him something. But the shirt broke it in half for her to just say, hey, nice shirt. And I get it everywhere I go. I'm sure people that wear a shirt will get it everywhere they go. And it gives you a sense of purpose to be willing and able to serve, because you never know what people go through. And it's just a wall break. It's like an icebreaker for you to open up and encourage somebody.
Yeah. It was something that it was one of the biggest revelations I had that you just reminded me of. When I was going through some of my health challenge, and I ran into a guy who he was in Colorado, and he had hurt his back, and he was a firefighter, and so talking to me, and he was not able to do his work and basically be with his brothers. He was on injured assignment kind of thing, and he was probably going to have to leave that force. And all of a sudden he goes, oh, but it's nothing compared to what you've gone through. I said, no, I mean, that's not it at all. I said, it's this awareness that you have. I mean, this is a real personal issue to you right now. I mean, it's, this is your brotherhood. It's, it's everything. And so, to have this realization, that's what stirred up in me. It's like everybody's either gone through something, going through something, or will be going through something,
Absolutely.
in the future. I mean, it's the world that we live in. And so to have that awareness of it and appreciation for going through that, and how you can be a blessing to somebody who may be going through something right now, is just an awesome privilege that we have. So, I mean, obviously this has the potential for just massive things. And tell us a little bit about your vision, what you're looking at doing and believing for with this.
Well, there is no limit to what God can do. And for me, and how I serve the community, it's very, very important to allow people to see God's love. Whether they acknowledge it or not, they deserve the opportunity to witness God's love. And that's in helping someone else, whether it be an ear, or you can basically talk to them and encourage them with whatever experience and wisdom and knowledge you can give them. And some people, they ask you or myself, is this a God thing? And absolutely it is. The backbone of our company is a God thing, because the Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all things will be added unto you. But there's people that don't reach into that because they put God in a box because of their circumstances and their situations. But God is so outside of that. And not only that, but he gave us grace. He's such a gracious Father, God. So for us to tap into his grace and his love, we're able to endure all things. And with the brand, it's just words, because the word became flesh. So we have authority as Christians, as believers, to use words to build each other up. And unfortunately, every time I see the news, or every time I hear stories, I feel a sense of urgency to continue to spread a positive message, because our society needs it. So again, there's no limit to what we're doing. All I can encourage is that everybody give their own, because we all give on some level or another, from giving each other a good positive energy, giving each other encouragement, giving each other your time, which is one of the most important things you can give someone. And to me, it's about tapping into those things and showing people that they have value, especially the younger generation. So my vision is to encourage our youth and basically make the world a better place, but strategically and having an execution plan. Because having a desire to do something is one thing. I've talked with great ball players all the time about wanting to make the world a better place because they have financial freedom. But wanting to do something and doing something is very, very hard because your passion won't be assigned to an assignment. For us, it's literally looking in the mirror and saying, I'm going to be the difference by how I treat people. The best example I can give, Jeff, is when I was in the NBA and when I played overseas, when I was on the bench, because I didn't start in the NBA. When I was on the bench, I would watch the game, and if we were down by 10 points, when I go in the game, my job is to cut it to 5 or tie the game. If we're up by 10 points, my job is to extend it to 15. And why can't I do that in society with people that don't care about basketball? Why can't I look and try to be the difference? And it's just the gift God gave me, which he gave all of us, and that's to love each other in the simplest form. So that people don't put God in a box, because if God is love, everybody loves somebody. Everybody does. So that's a gift God gave us. So I just try to tap into that with words of a positive message. Give love, give hope, give kindness. It'll never end. We have, thanks to you, I have about 300 more words that I'm going to add. Give wisdom, give consistency, give eye contact, give patience. We just added that one. Give prayer. Like, there's words that people can draw from just by seeing a person wear a shirt like that. So it's just an absolute 100% purpose of my life, and I'm going to do it forever as long as I can, because we'll always have the need to love each other, and we'll always have the need to make each other better.
That's right. That's never going away. That's
never.
So how as a group, San Diego Christian entrepreneurs and the people that we know in our sphere, what can we do best to support you with what you're doing?
Well, I would say just to spread the word, spread the word. You guys can check out my website. It's www.shopgiveculture.com. But also, I am a public speaker, so if I can go to high schools, if I can go to FCA groups, if I can go to youth groups, I love to share, a message and be relatable to them, because everybody's not going to be 6'9", but we can all treat each other better, and I just want to encourage people and let them know I am available to serve and help in whatever way I can. So it's really just to share our message, share it.
That's awesome. So shopgiveculture.com, and we'll have that up on the video as well. So, man, that's awesome. Noel, I'm so glad that you're part of what we're doing. So glad for the heart of you and Shauna and the things that you guys are sowing into for for young people and everything. And I am in agreement with you for just continued growth, for continued funding of everything that you are looking to do, and believe that it has an awesome opportunity ahead to do big things and make a difference in our generation. So thanks for being a part of everything that we're doing, and God bless you, my friend.
Likewise, brother. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
All right. Sounds good.